Hello, Wealthy Wives and Friends. This is Cindy Sofia, author of Wealthy Wife, Meeting, Dating, and Marrying Rich Men. I've missed you guys. I know. Like I said, things, as I mentioned beforehand, have been just turned inside out in my life. And while some things have settled down, other things have shifted into high gear in other areas. So still dealing with some things in my personal life that definitely require my attention. But I've missed talking to you guys. I have missed sharing information with you. And I definitely want to keep Wealthy Wife. I want to keep her momentum going. You know, Wealthy Wife means so much to me. It's so much more than just a book. It's definitely in reference to all of you, seeing you live these great lives, seeing you allow yourself to dream and expand your thinking and your mindset so you can be in a space to truly be with affluent men. And I don't just mean on the short side of things. I mean long term. You guys know where I stand in reference to affluent dating. I want to create long-term connections for the women that I work with, and for those of you that are listening, that I may not be working with at this time, personally. So what I'm going to talk about today is in reference to entry-level mindset with the expectation of mastery-level manifestations. Let me say it again. Entry-level mindset, attempting to shoot for mastery-level manifestations and goals. Here's what I mean. Once again, I follow different people on Instagram. I follow different people, a handful of people in reference to Facebook. And what I notice so often, the questions that keep coming in, be it on Facebook, be it on Instagram, are generally from women that are noticing the success of what other women are doing really, really well in reference to affluent dating, be that through a sugar daddy, be that through a spoiled girlfriend, be that through the position of a wife. And women are seeing this and they're getting, the dollar signs in the eyes, and they're getting all like, oh my God, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Help me get it. And I see that put out there sometimes, to social media. Well, help me get there. Okay. How you helping yourself? All right, guys, this is where the entry level stuff comes in. How are you helping yourself? Because here's what I've noticed. Because remember, guys, I am a specialist when it comes to affluent dating. That is my specialty. I am a consultant, not even coaching. I really am a consultant. I do coach, but my work truly is consulting. How do you want to get from point A to point B? Okay, what's your foundation? Because I see women sometimes coming into groups or coming onto Instagram and asking questions, and with these expectations that someone's supposed to lay out this golden road for you, this yellow brick road for you to follow without any bumps in it, because you expect to have mastery level results when you have no idea how to play the game, when you have no idea how to receive, how to, first and foremost, how to give. You guys are ready to receive, and even that's kind of squashed up and kind of messed up too, because some of you don't even understand what you want. You're going out there asking for stuff, but you don't even know what it really is. I see women asking for things when they don't understand even the value of what they're asking for, or they're asking for things that in the long run have no value. And once again, I'm older and I've been at this for a while. And I mean, guys, I came in as a sugar baby. I told you that. But even when I came in as a sugar baby, the men that I was dealing with, while they were giving me the pretty gifts and beautiful things, they were also checking my mindset to uplevel my thinking. So I was in a position to want more, bigger things that were going to be long lasting, meaning real estate, my own business. You know what I'm saying? They were in the mindset to help me expand and grow. But I see women asking for things like, okay, what is it? Red bottoms, Louis Vuitton shoes. Louis Vuitton. Okay. They're nice shoes. Don't get me wrong. They're beautiful shoes. I always pick on these shoes, and I pick on them for a reason. Because they're not an asset, okay? They're not. They can help you look good. They can make you look more expensive, most definitely. They're very classy, so they can definitely enhance your appearance. But truthfully, until you are really in a position where you have lots and lots of money, or somebody is really investing in you, and the shoes, you know what I'm saying? You have a reason to have like 100 pairs of Louboutins or 200 pairs and whatever, because you're going to galas, you're going to different events, you're doing things that require you to look different. You don't need a closet full of Louboutins, and you don't need a closet full of designer handbags. Sometimes, like I said, I see you guys getting things, women asking for things. I'm thinking, okay, you can have like 5 handbags, expensive handbags, designer handbags, and you can make those work for you. You can. You don't have to have every new one that comes out. You don't, or every new pair of shoes that comes out, because they really have no resale value. Yes, if you're in a pinch, you can throw it on eBay and make a little money off of them. Okay, that's nice. It comes in handy. But it doesn't have any real value. It's not really an asset. So sometimes I said when women are asking for things, I'm looking at them going, okay, I get it. You've never had them before. I get that. I've been there. But I want you guys to think bigger. Because sometimes I see women asking for these truly outrageous things when they have no skill set to back up what they're asking for. They have all these gigantic expectations. And I'm not knocking expectations. You guys need to set your expectations because you must have an endpoint before you can go backtrack backwards to put the action steps in place to get you to where you want to go. Entry level means you're going, like if you're going to a job, maybe one day you want to be CEO of a company. Maybe let's say for example you want to become CEO of, oh my God, what company's out there right now? Let's just use Amazon for an example. He's all over the place right now. Let's say for example you're just obsessed with Amazon. Not just okay, you shop on it a lot. Time you appreciate what he's doing. You've seen his business model. You're looking at it like, damn, I want to really work for Amazon and I want to be an executive one day. Now, you're not going to walk into Amazon and I'm going to be the CEO of Amazon. That's what I want to do. Because one day, Bezos, he's going to step aside. He may have already. I don't know. I don't follow him that closely at the moment. But at the moment, he is the head person of Amazon. But one day, he will step aside and hire somebody else to be his CEO of his company or COO or whatever. That person is going to have experience. But let's say you, as a newbie, fresh off the boat, so to speak, just out of college, or maybe you never went to college, but you just know that you are going to run Amazon one day. You're not going to march in there and demand the job of the CEO because that's what you want. You're going to first start out by taking an entry-level position if you're smart, because you're going to want to learn how Amazon functions. You're going to understand how they treat their people. You're going to understand how you can be an asset to the company and continue upgrading yourself to continue to be a bigger and better asset with every promotion that you're going to receive, because your end goal is to be the CEO of Amazon one day. You're not going to be able to do that just by walking the door and demanding a doggone position. You're going to have to earn your way, and you're going to have to do your due diligence, meaning you're going to have to do your grunt work to make that happen. You do it correctly. Like I said, you keep meeting the right people. You have great conversation skills. You understand how to be a person. You're very magnetic. You're a very charismatic person. You're very caring. You're compassionate, and you're competent. Competency is everything. You've studied your craft. You understand your trade. You know how to be great at what you're going for, which is going to be CEO. You're going to go through the steps correctly and with the right amount of finesse and when you know how to understand how to finesse and be somebody that inspires other people and people enjoy you, they automatically want to see you rise. You're going to get your haters along the way, most definitely. They come with the territory. But even the people that come at you, that come for your neck, so to speak, are going to have to go through the people that do like you, that are going to up-level you and push you forward into your next step. People will appreciate you when you show them that you truly are a worthwhile person to know. Meaning you are not afraid of hard work, meaning you have a vision and a plan, and that you trust and believe that you're going to accomplish your goals because you know you're going to be willing to do the work. You're not standing there with your hand out, expecting a handout. You're not walking around with that chip on your shoulder with an attitude problem. You're not walking around feeling entitled just because you live and breathe to have what you want. You're going to do the grunt work. You're going to make things happen that are going to move you in the direction of your dream. And because you stay so focused and so true to your goal, you either one day will become the CEO of Amazon, or because you have been moving up the food chain, so to speak, people are noticing you. You may be given a job offer. Somebody may have a vacancy at, let's say, I don't know, what company can I think of offhand? I'm going to stay in that industry. Oh, let's just say, let's just play with this. At Apple, let's say all of a sudden now you've had your eye on the prize to become the CEO of Amazon, and Amazon's not quite ready to hire a new CEO or COO, but because people know you, people recognize you, they understand that you truly are a quality person, and they've seen you out and about. You've been networking with the right people. You've been talked about and worked with the right people. All of a sudden, the CEO position opens up at Apple, and you get a phone call one day. And the person's like, hi, am I speaking, to Susie Q? We're like, yeah, this is Susie Q. Well, my name is so-and-so, and I'm calling from, I'm a headhunter for Apple. And we've noticed your progress. I was giving your name and number from somebody who knows you, let's say John Smith. And just wondering if you have ever entertained the idea of becoming the CEO of Apple. Just what I've heard about you through the grapevine and through the people that know you and have met you, and what I have seen, because the person calling you, the headhunter, also is out there, in the world of networking and high end, events, and with really affluent and wealthy people, because the smart headhunters, good gracious, try to blend in hedge fund with headhunter. Help me out here, right? But I'm just saying, smart headhunters of the really elite organizations are out there networking and meeting people and learning about people through the grapevine, as well as personal one-on-one contact with people of influence. So let's say your name wound up on this person's desk, and so all of a sudden, because you've done the work, and because you have had a vision and a plan, an opportunity is being presented to you. Now, maybe you never thought about working at Apple, but they talk to you about what the benefits are of being the CEO of Apple. And you're like, huh. You may take the position, you may not take the position. But because you have taken it upon yourself to master your end goal, and you've done the steps you need to do, you have put yourself in the position. Remember, I told you guys about positioning. You've placed yourself in the position to receive beyond extraordinary results. That expectation is a valid one from somebody who, at an entry-level position, had a vision and a plan and was willing to do the work to make it happen. Where I see so many of you getting frustrated, and once again, I'm not generalizing, this is just what I'm seeing out there in general conversations, be that on, is through social media, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, is women, like I said, rushing in, that are seeing the results of women that are succeeding, who have spent sometimes decades too, sometimes 5 years, 10 years, whatever, perfecting her craft, which is to be in the space of confidant, companion, lover, whatever, to affluent men. She's taken the hard knocks. She's gone through the learning curve, because I told you guys beforehand, this information all over the place online is new. Most of us did not have access to all this information. Matter of fact, we are the ones writing the information for you guys. Think about this. We didn't have it. We didn't have the playbook. We created the playbooks. So for those of you that are getting frustrated because you're not getting those instant results, understand you haven't done the legwork yet. Yes, you have to want it, most definitely. That's the beginning. But you haven't done the legwork yet. So when I see somebody, coming on to a feed, or on a conversation or comments, and she's talking about, she's going on this first date with some dude she just met on Tinder, has never spoke to the man, hasn't really talked much, maybe some tweets and maybe a couple phone calls, but she's going to walk in the door and she's already demanding that she wants $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, and she has no shit about this man, and he doesn't know a damn thing about her. And so when she puts it out there, because apparently she lost her mind, and for those of you that advise women to do that off the bat, don't do that, okay? Because what happens is you wind up leaving a bad taste in the mouth of the man who's not ready to offer that kind of money to somebody he doesn't know, and you make that woman feel bad about herself because she's been told no. Now she's taken this hit to her self-confidence that she shouldn't have had to take in the first place. But because she's going by the information from somebody that understands how to have the conversation, who hasn't told her that she's been finessing the man, because sometimes women skip steps. They don't realize they're doing it. Sometimes a woman is saying, well, I automatically go in and I just tell them up front what I want. But what she's not telling the women sometimes is, one, she has been talking to the man, phone conversations perhaps before the first date, the first official date. She has learned to take, she has some way that she's learning about him and giving him enough information about her that he already knows by that first date he wants to find a way to lock her down because she speaks to his spirit somehow, some way. See, that's the part that you guys are not getting. So when someone is telling you, just go for the juggler, basically, just tell her what you want. You need to ask her, wait, whoa, stop for a second. What's your process? Because I had news for you guys. Once again, unless it's an escort situation where a man is already where he has already prepaid for her time, you're not going to walk out there off a first date with a $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 monthly allowance without some prep work that you've done to establish chemistry and compatibility between you and that man. No man who truly is a wealthy man or a rich man is that stupid. Let's be clear. They're not. They are not. They're not that mesmerized by pussy. They're enticed by it. Yeah, they get goofy by it, and God knows they can be straight up stupid about it at times. But initially, to come up with that kind of money, he is going to want to make sure he's going to be getting a good return on his investment too. As I said before, a man wants to feel good about giving a woman his money. Because I don't care if he's not working directly for the cash anymore, he had to do the grunt work in his past. Or might still be doing the grunt work because maybe he is the CEO of his company. Maybe he's still very much a hands-on person with his business. He's still working to make sure that business continues to thrive and succeed. He's not looking to just give you his hard-earned cash. I don't care if he has money making money for him. Yes, I know sometimes some things I told you guys beforehand may not be the most popular things to hear, but once again, I want to see you guys succeed. I am not doing you any good if I'm not offering information that's going to make you guys sit back and really think. If someone doesn't like what I'm saying, like I said, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to listen to me. It's beautiful. The beautiful thing about being anywhere in reference to social media is you don't have to reconnect with that person if you don't want to hear the message. But I know from the feedback that I do receive that the message is falling on the ears of women who are ready to hear it and receive it. So once again, I do thank you guys. But I want you to think about this. Are you prepared? Do you have yourself in the position? Are you doing the training? Are you learning how to put together a real action plan that's going to put you on the path to receiving whatever it is that master manifestation is? What is your end point? Do you want to be a wealthy wife? Which, trophy wife, wealthy wife, they can be the same thing. Or they can be two totally different categories, depending on where you want to be in reference to assisting and helping your man to upgrade his life. A trophy wife, he's going to be showing you off, whatever in reference to what you're wearing and just the stuff he buys. You are his showpiece, basically. And that's great. A wealthy wife is more involved in reference to, yes, she's still a showpiece to some extent, but she also is in the mindset of creation. She's a Beyonce in reference to a Jay-Z. She's a Michelle Obama in reference to President Obama. Those women are wealthy wives because they have their own, so to speak, and they still were cultivating their careers, obviously. And in the meantime, they were still putting themselves in position to also help up-level their men. They were still very mindful of their husbands' ambitions and goals as well. And these were the women that sat down in conference with their husbands to find out what it was he needed in reference to her stepping up and assisting him. Listen to the Beyonce song, Upgrade You. Upgrade You, is that the one? Listen to it, her and Jay-Z. Listen to that song. There are some powerful messages in that music. Beyonce does put out some great stuff. But Upgrade You is a song I think every woman needs to listen to and hear it for what it is. Because she says in that song, any business, I'm paraphrasing, any business meeting he's going to take me with you, because her there is going to upgrade his people's thinking in reference to him. Because instead of them just looking at him thinking like, man, here's this former drug dealer, hip hop artist, all these things that people want to put negative connotations on, but they're going to see him as a businessman too, really as a businessman. When he walks in there with this absolutely gorgeous woman who is a powerhouse in her own right. She's a wealthy wife. I'm trying to think who would be a trophy wife. I can't think of a trophy wife offhand. But it's somebody who may not be as involved with her husband's career. She may be somebody, like I said, that's still doing things behind the scenes in reference to charity events, in reference to networking with other wives, to find out how to get into the right places for her husband, but she's not so much building her own career alongside his. So there's a difference in that category as well. But whatever it is you want to be in reference to affluent dating, whatever that master plan is, whatever that final first master goal is in reference to really experiencing it, especially long term, are you ready for it? Are you still trying to do all the hit and miss stuff? I'm asking you guys these questions I want you guys really think about what I'm saying. Are you trying to take your entry level mindset and confusion into the space where you're going to be receiving mastery level manifestations? It's not going to happen. Because here's the deal. You may get some things, but so many times I see women asking for things, and I know they don't even understand the value of what they're asking for. Yeah, it's cool to rock a Chanel handbag. It's cool to wear Louboutin shoes. All that stuff is great. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. But I told you guys beforehand, we already know I'm not really big into any of that stuff. I'm really not, because my thing is always this: are they assets? Not really. They add to the look, most definitely. They can upgrade your appearance, which is a good thing, because upgrading your appearance can definitely, make it easier for you to make a transition into a higher level of acquaintances, because you'll look the part. But you can do that entry level without having to spend $650, $700 or more on a pair of shoes. To do that without breaking your budget initially, you can do that if you understand how to dress, how to find quality clothing. You can go to a TJ Maxx. You can go to, I've done it. I've gone to these stores and looked, because once again, I'm trying to find ways to help women that I work with put together quality wardrobes without having to go someplace like Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue. You don't have to spend that kind of money initially to put together a gorgeous wardrobe. I've seen designer clothing, some of the ones I know that are really great for work because they're just very classic clothing, at Ross. That shocked the crap out of me too, just so you know. I walked in there and seen Liz Claiborne, which some of you may not know who that is because you're younger, but she was like the one of the designers that came out back in the day for business attire for women. Ralph Lauren, some of his stuff winds up in some of these stores as well. But you can find the staple pieces you need for a great wardrobe without having to blow a budget, just go broke trying to do it. So instead of investing that money in those shoes, or asking a man for those shoes, because yeah, by all means, get some of the guys that you have to buy you these things. But you don't need to have them keep buying you shoe after shoe after shoe after shoe. All you need are a handful of red bottoms, so to speak. Or maybe you want to, mix it up a little bit with a couple other things, like maybe Valentino, whatever. You don't need a closet full of those shoes initially. I would rather see you guys asking for stuff that's going to help you start thinking in reference to having your own businesses. Start thinking in reference to learning how to invest. Yeah, I sound like your mom, right? Maybe I don't sound like your mom. Maybe I sound like what your mother should have sounded like. There we go. Assets. Not just the liabilities. Not just the things that, like I said, you're just not going to add anything long-term to your life. So sometimes I see you guys asking for things, and I don't think you understand the value of what you're asking for. Or how you could take, instead of asking for the stuff, how you could possibly word it, and this really excites an affluent man, I just know this, and have an idea of something you want to start in reference to a business. Maybe not be ready to start the business now, but maybe have them invest in some coaching for you. Have them invest in some classes for you that are going to help you start to build on your dream. That's going to help you create your financial success. See, guys, these are things that really intrigue an affluent man. They have all this information they want to pour into somebody. Go online and look at them. I told you on Instagram, the sugar babies I follow on Instagram, I applaud them. These chicks are smart. And like I said, some of them have been at this for years. But they have men not just flying them around the world on these great trips, because some of them are going on these amazing trips, most definitely. But not only do they have men giving them money or flying them all over the place and feeding them great food and buying them beautiful clothing, they have men investing in them long term. See, that comes from a mastery mind. That comes from a mind that understands a mastery of her craft. Are you hearing me? Because like I said, it hurts my heart when I see you guys getting ahead of yourself sometimes, because I know you're setting yourself up for pain. I know you're setting yourselves up for disappointment. I know sometimes you guys are jumping the gun on situations that can get you into trouble emotionally, mentally, and potentially physically. Yeah, this is the idea of you guys hopping on planes and going places to meet men that you don't know. It sounds romantic. It sounds all adorable, but do you understand the world we live in is not as sweet and kind as it was even 5, 10 years ago. It's a totally different play, especially now with this whole sugar baby thing going on and men that can know how to manipulate women. You guys sometimes set yourselves up for these idiots to come at you because you, once again, you don't understand what's going on, because you don't understand the languaging. You may understand that you're being played. Because generally, if it sounds too good to be true, that's an old adage, an old saying that's been around forever. It's the truth. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is too good to be true, and you need to take that offer or take that man what he's saying to you with a grain of salt. Meaning, don't believe what he's telling you. Do your background check. Ask more questions. Dig deeper. And if he disappears, applaud yourself, pat yourself in the back, because you basically dodged a bullet, so to speak. You avoided a situation that could have turned into something very tragic for you. You guys must have common sense when you're doing this. Like I said all the time, don't let the pretty pictures and the money shots, sway you. Once again, these women are earning this money. They are earning these experiences. They're not just getting this stuff handed to them just because they say they want it. They have to deal with the personalities of the men and the lifestyles that go with it to acquire the things that they're acquiring. Nothing is going to come to you for free. You're going to give up something somewhere, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. There is going to be something you're going to be giving up in exchange for the things that you're asking for. Doesn't change just because now you want to put yourself into the quote-unquote sugar bowl. It becomes even more intense once you start entering that lifestyle. Because now you guys are dealing with men that understand how to manipulate people, understand how to motivate people, understand how to destroy people. You guys don't think about this stuff, do you? I know some of you do, some of you don't, because once again, you're new. Even some of you who are experienced are listening and going, good point, good point. Because, like I said, you're dealing with businessmen. I can't say that often enough. You guys are dealing with men. If you're dealing with truly affluent men, truly wealthy men, truly successful men, not your Splenda daddies, not your salt daddies. We're not talking about a man who's working for somebody else's company at an entry level, not maybe mid management, maybe even pushing to up a little bit into upper management. I'm gonna talk. Those men are online too, trying to pretend to be sugar daddies, which makes me laugh. I've read some of those profiles, like, oh my god, wow, they ain't got no money. They have no money. When they get done paying up their expenses, they've got nothing left to offer anybody. But you guys will chase after those men like a dog chasing after a bone sometimes, because you don't understand that he has no money. He quotes something to you, he paints a pretty picture, tells you a pretty story, tells you what you want to hear. You've got to be able to hold off, pull back, and listen and hear and ask the right questions to get the feedback that you need to know. Like I said, there are truly affluent men out there. They're all over the place. In some of the most unexpected places they exist. Like I said, I'll tell you guys again, most of them are not online these days because they're just disgusted with it. They are. I talk to these guys. And there's kind of like online dating is a joke. They're like, it's a joke. They're like, I've had guys tell me, went out on the first date with a woman and she's sitting there telling me what she expects me to give her on the first date. She's talking about the money that she wants. She's talking about the trips that she wants to go on, the clothes I got to buy her, the expensive gifts she expects. And we haven't even got through dinner yet. They're disgusted. So a lot of them have come offline. And they're leaving you guys with the wannabes. But that has happened because the women, that's both your, that goes both ways. Women have failed the system, men have failed the system. But most of it is the women. You guys are the ones out there putting these ridiculous things into play. And you're burning your leads. I say this all the time. Stop burning your leads. Take your time. Learn what you want. Learn where to find the kind of men that you want to find. Learn how to be inspirational to that man. But you've got to understand, you've got to have a game plan. You've got to understand where you're coming into this process. If you're a brand new person coming into I love it, the sugar roll, it cracks me up. If you're brand new coming into this lifestyle, once again, do your legwork. And you guys, going on and asking questions and use the groups or on Instagram is only helpful to a point. If you don't understand what you're asking for, then before you ask it, do your research. I had some note. I was laughing. I was on, like I said, because I've been still checking on Facebook and Instagram periodically this past week or so, couple weeks, even with all the craziness going on, just not to lose touch of what's happening out there, obviously. But I'm laughing because I've seen people say, "Show me, tell me where the sugar daddies are in a certain city or a certain country, certain city, country or a certain city." And I laugh because I'm like, why? Why would I tell you that? Why would I tell you where to go to find them if you don't even understand how to do the research to discover them yourself? Why? Because what's going to happen is you're going to go to that spot and there's going to be other women there that are going to be either more experienced than you or equally green, so to speak, as inexperienced as you. And you guys are going to be lining yourselves up basically. Well, the newbies will be, because the more experienced women, we don't line up for men. Let's be very clear. We do not. Men approach us. I'll share a story with you guys. We've been on a different audio about a gentleman who actually came to me and offered himself up as a sugar daddy for me. I had to laugh out loud. That's not uncommon for me, just so you guys know. But once again, it's who I am, it's the energy that I give off, it's where I go. And there's a difference. And once again, no way am I bragging. I've earned the spot that I sit in reference to this lifestyle. Trust me, guys, I've done my grunt work. But it still makes. But I'll say that for a different audio because it was so funny. I was with one of my best friends and she was like, "My God," she goes, "I can't leave you alone for 5 minutes." And I'm like, I know. But she's the same way. Men approach her all the time too. It's hysterical. We love it. But think about it. I want you guys to really hear what I'm saying in this audio, in this / video. When you're going and asking questions and you're expecting other people to basically spoon feed you the process, spoon feed you the locations, and you're not prepared to go those, and if they're sweet enough to do that for you, and you're not prepared to go in there and really own the place that you're walking into, you're going to leave frustrated, or you're going to potentially put yourself in a situation with a man who already knows that he has the option to pick and choose whomever he pleases. You become his prey, not vice versa. And he hears you talking, and they know, like I said, you guys, once again, experienced men know the conversation of an inexperienced person. They know. And if it's a good guy, he'll be kind and he'll be gentle and he'll be compassionate with you. If he is not, he will weave a web for you to fall into that you will get stuck in and be trying to figure out how to take yourself out of it. You guys have to be careful. This lifestyle is no joke. It's an awesome lifestyle. It's a phenomenal way to live. It is. It is a beautiful way to live. Like I said, the men I meet, the things I get to do are incredible. And it just gets better as the years go on. Because I get better and I become more focused. And as I change my needs and goals and desires. It's amazing. But I also watch how they treat women that they know they can play with. Because not every man I meet is the men I spend time with on a personal level are good guys, but some of the ones I meet in passing, just through affiliation with the men that I do know, some of them are not good men. They are not good people at all, and I've watched them break women, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I've watched the process. So you guys be wise when you're doing this. Like I said, before you come in asking questions or expecting somebody to tell you or to give you the information because you feel entitled to have it because it's what you want to do your grunt work. Never be so arrogant to think that you don't have to do what everybody else has done to get where they are. You have to learn too. That way, when you're learning and you're unsure of something, then you can come with very clear and concise questions that can give you good answers back. Like I said, I'm here. Like I said, I work as a consultant. I'm not calling myself so much a coach anymore because I realize the work I'm doing really is consulting work. It is about teaching the women that I work with how to position themselves to meet the type of men that they want to meet. And how to be prepared to take it next level. And it may not happen immediately. Sometimes because they're inexperienced, because they're not accustomed to articulating what they want so clearly, sometimes it takes a moment. They may not have immediate results. They'll have some results, meaning they're going to start meeting more affluent men. They're going to start learning how to be comfortable receiving gifts from people. They're going to be comfortable asking for money in reference to some of the things they want to do, let's say for classes, for coaching, for whatever. Having men invest in them for the things that are going to help them, take their lives bigger. And through that process, I became more comfortable with the men they're initially meeting. They become more clear about their desires, about their needs, and in due time, they're able to just keep meeting more fluent men, wealthier men, richer men, whatever. So that when she finally meets that golden ticket, so to speak, that man who just checks off her boxes in all the right ways, when she finally meets him, she is a worthy component, so to speak, for him. She is a worthy asset, inspiration, and muse for him. Because now she knows how to speak to him in a way that touches his spirit. She knows how to present herself in a way that is literally of eye fest for him. He's looking at her going, damn, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful, she smells amazing, she's whatever. She is the total package at that point in time. That's my goal for Wealthy Wife, just so you guys know. I don't want to teach you guys just how to do the little stuff. I want to teach you guys how to be that total package. I've got them walking around out there as we speak, women that I've worked with. And like I said, I have to laugh because sometimes they're kind of like, because the information, there's so much information. They're like, oh my God, overload. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? You have a specific goal, and now you're going to have to do the work. And the grunt work is going to take some time. You're going to be meeting people, weeding them out. You're going to meet people and discover what you like, and discover things that you thought you liked in a man that you don't really need in a man's personality, that you don't want. And you're going to discover things that you're like, oh, hell no. But you won't know those things unless you're taking the time out to learn it. So sometimes you can't just be in a hurry to get the end result, meaning the money or the gifts. Sometimes you must take your time out to really, once again, articulate who you're looking for. And understand and hear him speak to you. Because I was talking to, so I think I mentioned this in a prior video. One of my clients had mentioned that she was looking for, I asked her what was the income, the yearly income of the man. And I do this with everybody, with every woman that wants to find a husband or a long-term boyfriend. Not just looking for patrons or benefactors. So I asked, I go, so what does your ideal man, so to speak, need to be making as a yearly income? And I think the number she put out there was $350,000 a year. Sounds like a lot of money. And I know I've mentioned this before in a prior video. Sounds like a lot of money on paper. I go, okay. I go, is that gross or net? Now, she understood what net meant, because some people don't understand what net meant. Net means the money that somebody's going to receive after taxes and their expenses have come out of it. So, gross is what they have, the amount of money that somebody's earned. Net is what they take home, basically. After taxes, after Social Security's taken out of it, after child support's come out of it, after alimony's come out of it. That $300,000, when he's done paying all the deductions, it's generally down to maybe $200,000 for the year. And then out of that $200,000 for the year, now we got to take into account his expenses. Mortgage or mortgages, car payments, insurance, health, car, if he has his own business, taxes to be paid for the business. I mean, there's a lot of money that's still going to be coming out. So by the time he gets done, with that $200,000 and paid all of his expenses for the year, he may be down to only extra cash that he has now to buy groceries and to buy the necessities to live, like clothes and gas for the car and food and maybe dining out and some of the little things he likes to do for his pleasure, that budget for those kind of things might only be 75,000, as low as 50,000, at the most $90,000 he has left. Now, for a year, once again, that might sound good, but remember, out of that, let's say $75,000 he's going to have that actually is quote unquote free money. That's the money he spends, once again, for groceries, car payments. Not groceries, maybe any entertainment he's doing, any network expenses he may have, business meeting, group dues he has. That's the money he's going to be spending just to live on. So when someone's walking in the door with a man like that, and she's asking for these, big budget, so to speak, allowances, or has these expectations for him to be giving like $2,000, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month to her, he might not have it. Seriously. Because $75,000 a year is what? How much a month? My math is off. Maybe $6,000 a month. Close to $6,000 a month is $7,200 a year. But anyway, you hear what I'm saying? So, once again, that's what he has in his pocket to get him through his lifestyle, to maintain what he needs to maintain, to look the way he has to look for his lifestyle. So he's not going to give somebody half of that money or 2/3 of that money. He doesn't have it. So, once again, and then if he's still trying to invest in his retirement, if he's still trying to put money aside to actually build lasting wealth, there goes that $6,000. There might be half of that might be going into his investments for his retirement fund. You don't know. So he may not have the extra cash. So $350,000 sounds good on paper, but when you understand how to do the deductions and you learn what his expenses are by asking the right questions through the course of getting to know him. And not like, no, how much you pay for a month in child support? Are you paying alimony? Not those kind of questions. There's a way to do that with finesse that can get you the answers that you want and you need, or at least give you a ballpark idea of what he has available to you. But that's where you guys have to have the patience to do those things. As opposed to going out there putting these dollar amounts out there in front of somebody who just doesn't have the money. I don't care what he's driving. I don't care what he says he makes a year. If you don't know him and know his lifestyle needs and expenses, don't get mad that he tells you no on a dollar amount that he, honest to God, knows he can't afford to give you. Well, he's driving a Mercedes, or he's driving whatever. And do you know how much that particular car note is every month? Because what you could do is you can go online if you're smart and research, plug in the year, plug in the model, and find out what the average monthly expense is, and then factor in how much he's going to be paying for insurance. He may be putting out $1,500 a month on a car payment and a car insurance. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you're going to play this game and be a part of it, you do need to understand how the real rules work. So I told her, so obviously, when we went through that, she was kind of like, wow. She goes, I guess $350,000 a year is not enough. I go, not for the lifestyle that you want. No, it's not. And for her to have the kind of lifestyle that she desires, she would have to have a man that came and make it at minimum of $1 million a year. Minimum. That's his gross. Which means his after-tax amount would be around $600,000+ a year. And if he's not living crazy, like over the top in reference to trying to keep up with everybody else's idea of what he should look like in reference to being a wealthy person or a rich person, if he is actually somebody who's wise with his money and his investments and how he's going to live his life, still enjoy his life, still live a luxurious life, but he's smart about it, he'll have money to invest in her and to give to her. Because he has money making money for him. So you guys understand what I'm saying? You have to think about this big picture. You can't just come into this lifestyle, like I said, with an entry-level mindset and expect to reap the benefits of a mastery level, at a mastery level. You must understand how to break it apart, take it apart, and really see what it is you're going for. So let me ask you guys this. If you are serious about learning how to seriously move yourself forward into the world of affluent dating, if you are serious about learning how to invite true wealth into your life, let's talk. I've actually put the button on my wealthywife.com website page. You can go on there and reserve a Wealthy Wife consultation with me. It's a 30-minute call. That particular one is, since it is a get to know you call, consultation, it's free. It's not going to cost you anything to speak to me for the consultation. We're going to be figuring out whether or not we're going to be a good fit for a coaching program. Let's be very clear. The other one that I offer is for somebody that actually has a direct question and they need me to problem solve with them on. But this one is initially to find out if you and I would match up as a good fit in a private coaching situation. So if you are interested in learning more about my Wealthy Wife coaching, the consulting, then go ahead and go to the Wealthy Wife website, wealthywife.com. Go into the little bar, click on the, matter of fact, I'll put the link here. I will actually post a link. You can just click on a link. It'll take you straight to the page to reserve a space. I do limited amount of consultations throughout the week. I've got a million different things going on, so obviously I don't do consultations every day. And they do book up, just so you know. If you're serious about taking yourself next level, and I mean it, guys, serious. I'm not saying still trying to figure it out. Well, I'm not really sure. But I mean, seriously, if you've been out there long enough and you've been out there and you're frustrated and you're not getting the results that you want and you're not, and you just know in your heart of heart that you have to have it because you know you deserve it. And you are willing to do the work. Because I never ever sugarcoat this, guys. You're working with me. You're going to be working. You're going to be going out networking. You're going to go be out meeting people. You're going to go out there and learn how to have conversations with men. You're going to learn how to do what you need to do in the wild, so to speak. I'm here coaching you. We're talking live on the phone. We're doing role playing. We're putting together scripts so that you actually understand what to say when you actually go out and have conversations. I am going to prop you up with some really great tools that help you have the confidence to do this and do this well. Like I said, it's not going to happen immediately on a grand scale sometimes because, once again, it's your learning curve that you've been going through. Or what will happen is because you already have set yourself into vibration and you've done some basic work in the past, you may have a great epiphany. You may have a great moment. You may actually have somebody show up in your life that can wind up being so much more for you because you understand how to speak to him. You know how to touch his spirit. Like I said, you understand how to be that inspiration and muse for him. Like I said, I'm looking to speak to women that are serious. I told you guys, I got big goals for Wealthy Wife. I do. And she is a success in so many ways already. Like I said, you guys don't know some of the stuff I'm doing. Some of the stuff I do is behind the scenes. And like I said, unless you are working with me privately or you're part of another aspect of Wealthy Wife, you won't know some of the things that are going on. Excuse me. Some stuff is just better kept as I'm just very discreet about because, once again, the clients I work with and also the men that are now starting to come on board, discretion is very important. But if you are ready, seriously, ready, I would love to talk to you. I would love to find out what you envision for your life as a wealthy wife to be. Remember, I am a wealthy wife. What does that mean to you? So go ahead and click on the link, schedule, reserve your time, and I am looking forward to learning more about you. Like I said, guys, I would love to talk to you because right now I truly can use some additional reasons to laugh and smile. And you guys definitely offer me reasons to laugh and smile. So I will talk to you soon. Once again, this is Cindy Sofia, author of Wealthy Wife, Meaning, Dating, and Marrying a Rich Man. I am here to help you celebrate your success. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.